And we are live. Yes, sir. Wagwan. It's your boy, brother Numti. This is the Sports Time Zone. I got my guys in the building. I got my producer, Q the Beat, in the building. Holla at the people, Q. You know what's up.
What's good? Y'all know what's up.
Yes, sir. And then, y'all already know what time it is. I got my man, my brother, the incomparable one, funniest man on the internet, Diesel Greasel, repping that D. What up, though?
What up, though?
Yeah. Yo,
we here now.
Sports Time Zone, ladies and gentlemen. I got my boys in here. Y'all know what time it is. We the only sports podcast doing it like this. Only sports podcast bringing you two different generation of sports takes. And we are now the official voice of HBCU sports. Make sure y'all hit that like. Make sure y'all hit that subscribe. Make sure y'all share the video. We on the road to 3,000 subscribers, y'all. We almost there. Y'all keep us going. Keep showing love. Keep showing support. We come a long way, Diesel.
Yes, like for real. Damn. Boys doing numbers.
Almost at 3,000, man. Yeah. Make sure also for everybody that's watching us on IG, make sure y'all follow us at SportsTime_Zone. We're going to keep this thing going. Shout out to my man, TZ Dave. Couldn't make it in today, but TZ, we're going to hold you down. Salute to my man, TZ, up in the 313. Speaking of the 313, this show today is a dope show, not only because you got the three of us here, but also Detroit sports is on fire. My man, Diesel Greasel, the resident Detroit native in the building, alongside TZD, who ain't here with us. Man, y'all hometown right now is cooking. Y'all cooking. For those of y'all who don't really know what's going on in the sports world, the Detroit Lions have had a long history and a long record of ineptitude. And that might be saying it, putting it lightly. The Detroit Pistons, last year, they was probably one of the worst teams in the history of basketball. But here we are a year later, the Detroit Lions are on a road to probably one of the favorites in the NFC right now to go all the way to the Super Bowl. And the Detroit Pistons right now won what y'all won, 7 of y'all last 8 or something crazy like that. Yeah. Y'all winning a lot of games, man. So without further ado, I'm just gonna jump right into it. Being from the D and having been through some of the struggles that y'all been through, Diesel, what is it like? What's the energy like? What's the vibes like? Being a Detroit fan, watching both of your teams cook right now.
Man, I remember when the Pistons drafted Rodney Stuckey. You remember Rodney Stuckey? And Daryl giving me hell at work. Who the hell is Rodney Stuckey, bro?
Rodney Stuckey.
Hey, I remember when we drafted Stanley Johnson. You remember that nigga?
Yeah, I remember
Stanley Johnson, bro. Because y'all got Justice Winslow. And I was like, bro. So we got the bootleg Justice Winslow. It was trash, man. But when the Pistons got the number 1 pick and drafted Cade, I went and caught the jersey then. I didn't know nothing about Cade. And I'll be honest, man. I've been watching him ball, and I knew he was talented, but I felt like, man, he wasn't a true number 1 pick. I felt like he hadn't hit that wall yet. Like Anthony Edwards was balling out and shit like that. And I'm like, bruh, our number 1 is not number 1 because he was always hurt. But last year, I thought the Pistons was going to be good. I remember we was 2-1, and I was talking shit. I was talking big shit. We was 2-1. Then we lost 29 games in a row, and I had NBA League Pass, man. That's a lot of losses. We was 14-65 last year. I watched them there every loss, bro. You know how hard it is to watch 65 losses, man?
It had to be hard, man.
That shit, it ruined a lot of nights, bro. It ruined a lot of motherfucking nights. And I hated Monty Williams, and it just shows how trash of a coach Monty Williams was, bro, because we pretty much got the same roster. We got the same roster, and we was 3-33 this time last year. Right now, we 21-19. But more importantly, them boys compete, and I'm here to say it. Cade Cunningham is a dog. Now, when Cade got drafted, they compared him to Luka. And that's what they were saying, because they were saying he is big point guard, and we ain't see it. But now homie averaging 24, 10,
Yeah.
almost 8 boards. Now you're seeing it, you know what I'm saying? But he really ain't got no holes in his game, man. He's smooth, he's poised, he can shoot, great leader. And we just got Jaden Ivey hurt, which I think is the best thing that could happen to us because I don't like Jaden Ivey. He's like a Russell Westbrook nigga. He just run fast all the time and jump high, but do a lot of dumb shit, you know. And he was trying to compete with Cade because he want to be the man, you know, but he ain't the number 1 pick. So now that he gone for the season, we got other players that's stepping up, and the Pistons will make the play-in. I'm saying that now. We will make the play-in. Might be a 7 or 8, might be a 9 or 10. You know, it's a long season, but we will make the play-in. But as of right now, we're like a half game out of the 5th seed in the East. We're like a half game.
Y'all are looking real good. I mean, you being modest by saying that y'all gonna be a play-in team. The way y'all looking and the way y'all just disposed of the New York Knicks, y'all looking like y'all actually grab one of them top 6 seeds. So, I mean, I'm gonna keep it a buck. You know, I love Cade Cunningham. I like watching him play, but I thought last year, the way that y'all was losing games and to watch him put all his effort out there and to see it being wasted like that and to lose so many games at such a young age, I thought that could do something to his psyche and do something to his development as a young player. Because when you're a young player and you come into the franchise to a losing team, a la my man Wemby going into San Antonio, it could do something to you and derail your career. So the Spurs were smart in going to pick up, Chris Paul. And then, going to getting some more help to kind of help him steer him in the right direction. And same thing could be said for Cade Cunningham. You guys, the only real difference between y'all this year and last year, we used to talk about this offline, is Monty Williams. Monty Williams.
Well, see, honestly, man, I think you made a good point, man. I think that what happened with Cade losing all those games last year is he got the Mamba mindset, meaning that you got to hate losing more than you love winning.
Yeah.
You got to learn to hate to lose. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like them Chiefs, bro. Like, the boys don't want to lose, bro. They don't care how they win. They don't care if it's a point. They don't care if it's 30 points. They hate to lose. And that's what it takes, because a lot of teams lose and they not mad, bro. They not mad. Like, when you lose, man, you got to take that shit personally or you're going to be a loser. You know?
Yeah.
And I think that's what happened last year, man. They taking that shit personally, and the city never gave up on them. You know what I'm saying? I think that means something when y'all losing games. When you lose 29 games in a row and you still got fans, granted, it wasn't no sold out arenas, but you had fans for every 29 of them games y'all lost in a row. So, you know what I'm saying? That means that shit, you ain't got nothing to lose, man. And right now, I mean, they look good. I want them to stay healthy, keep learning how to win. JB Bickerstaff, Coach of the Year. Cleveland, now let's be real. Like, Cleveland shouldn't have fired him. Cleveland,
that was a mistake.
They shouldn't have fired him. Cleveland balling out now with the same team. Last year, them niggas won 50 games. It's not like he was a bad coach, bro. They shouldn't have fired him. And he go to another team in the division, and he doing the same thing with a less talented and experienced roster, bro. But hell of a coach, man. Shouts out to Bernie Bickerstaff and the family, bro. They got him right, bro. He a hell of a coach, man.
And that's the thing, man. Some of these teams, they give up on their coaches so quick, and the coach don't even really be the issue. It's like when a team is not winning, the first reaction of ownership is to fire the coach. A lot of times the coach is the issue, but in this case, now look, now how you like me now? You know what I'm saying? Like, so, yeah. And to that point now switching gears, going from basketball to football, your Detroit Lions, Diesel. Yeah, go ahead. My man, look, go ahead, Diesel. Go flip it up.
You know what I'm saying?
My boy Diesel flipped the script. But yeah, man, flipping the script to the Detroit Lions. Yo, over the last couple of years, the Lions almost had this resurgence out of nowhere. Shout out to head coach Dan Campbell. He got them boys on a string. I don't know what it is he told them or what he putting in their Gatorade, but all them boys have completely bought into Dan Campbell. And I'm going to say this, and I'm going to let you take off, Diesel, on these boys, but when I watch your Detroit Lions play against the Minnesota Vikings at the end of the regular season, and you were missing pretty much your whole defense, almost your whole defense was missing, and them boys still could not move the ball on y'all. It was borderline embarrassing. I couldn't believe what I was seeing. And after I saw, because I picked Minnesota to win that game, by the way.
That you did. You did.
I did. And that's the last time I'm picking against the Detroit Lions for the rest of the postseason. But, I mean, with that being said, what are you seeing? What are you seeing in this Detroit Lions team that you haven't seen in years of past, being a Lions fan from the D?
I'm going to say this, man. I don't want to get ahead of myself, man. But if you go back the last 2.5 seasons, the two best teams in the NFL have been the Detroit Lions and the Kansas City Chiefs. It's just the Chiefs got 2 Super Bowls, and the Lions are trying to figure out how to get there. But if you look at regular season record, the highest winning percentages, Chiefs and the Lions. If you look at quarterbacks, the most touchdowns thrown, Jared Goff. And we ain't even talked about Sonic and Knuckles. We didn't even talk about it. We just talk about just winning in quarterback play. I don't know how Jared Goff is not in the MVP conversation. That shit is but hell, I can't even complain because Patrick Mahomes ain't in the MVP conversation. I don't get it.
I think it comes down to, like, when it's certain people that's just, it's their turn. Like, everybody talking about your boy, Josh Allen. I think it just comes down to the fact that he ain't never won it and he ain't never been in a conversation before. And now that his team is so good, they got to throw him in there. But I'm with you. Pat Mahomes should be in the convo, as should your boy Goff.
Josh Allen get the MVP, bro. This would be the worst robbery of MVP since Steve Nash won back-to-back MVPs, bro.
that was a robbery.
Kobe one year and LeBron the next. It's no way Josh Allen, I don't know what metric they're looking at, but Josh Allen did not have a better year than Lamar in any category except for one more win, but they both won their division. Like, other than that, like, you got a 13-4 and a 12-5 team. You know what I'm saying? Like, but it's ain't no way, bro. Like, Lamar Jackson, out of this world. The numbers are fucking stupid. I think, like, back to the Lions, man. Culture. I've always said, like, players matter in basketball, coaches matter in football. Like, in basketball, you got the best players. You're gonna win. That's how it is. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Football, it's all about culture and the systems. Systems win games, for better or worse. If you look at that Vikings game, they decided to go for it on 4th down 3 times. They hadn't did the shit all year. Love them or hate them, but Dan Campbell goes for 4th down every game. Like, it's a culture. You know, offensively, I think we got the 4th best offense in NFL history. Defensively, even as bad as our defense has played those 7 games, we still only give up 20 points a game. We put up 34, we give up 20. That's a formula to beat anyone. You know what I'm saying? This is why I feel we match up well with the Chiefs, because we just the elephant in the room. Chiefs ain't scored 30 points all season. We putting up 30 on anybody. We putting it up on anybody. Whether or not you put up 30 on us, it remains to be seen, man. But this week we got to handle business. I think that the Washington Redskins have the 4th worst run defense in the NFL. They're the 4th worst. They give up ass. They, you know what I'm saying? They fucking secondary is decent, but they can't stop the run, and we come in to run the ball. Could be a decent game, but honestly, I think them boys is going to be locked in. Jaden Daniels shouldn't win this game. He shouldn't. You know, he's a rookie, bright future, but he shouldn't win this game. You know what I'm saying? Just based on his team quality and his experience. It's a learning experience, but they about to get smacked.
Hey, rookie quarterbacks in the playoffs. That's the reason why. First, shout out to me, first of all, because right here on this show last week, when we was picking the game between Buffalo and the Denver Broncos, yours truly, Brother Numsi, I was the Lone Ranger who picked Buffalo because I said this. I said, I will not pick a rookie quarterback on the road in the playoffs. And both Q to B and his counterpart, TZ Dave, both sat up here and looked me in my face talking about I like Denver. Denver's going to win that and all that. So Q to B, you and your boy TZ got to hold that L. Y'all gotta. I ain't gonna. Y'all thought I was gonna let y'all just get by without even saying something about that. But y'all gotta hold that. And then, so
we'll take it.
I want to hear this from you, Q to Beat, as the resident Kansas City Chiefs fan. That y'all been saying y'all going for that Tracy, y'all going for the Tracy, y'all going for the Tracy. Do you see these Detroit Lions as a viable threat if y'all do get to the Super Bowl, keeping y'all from getting that Tracy? How do you, as a Kansas City Chiefs fan, feel about the turn up of these Detroit Lions?
I think the Lions are good, but we are the champions of the world. So, until somebody can take us off the throne, we can't. I mean, they just got to knock us off the throne. Right now, we on the top. So they got a good team, though. I like the Lions team. They got great players. The running backs are awesome, phenomenal. Receivers are good.
They got everything.
They got everything. Defense is a little hurt. They banged up. Most of their players gone, but they still finding a way to win. Yeah, they still finding a way to win. So it's gonna be a good game. But they got to make it out the NFC, just like we got to make it out the AFC. So we gonna see.
Yeah. And we're going to see. We're going to get to that when we get to who you got, when we talk about these upcoming games this weekend and seeing, how these matchups look. But just like, from the outside looking in, I'm happy for the D. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Big Meech. Shout out to T Grizzly. Shout out to Eminem. Shout out to Royce the 5'9". Rest in peace to Proof. Who else I've been? Payroll Giovanni. All of them boys in the D. Rest in peace.
TZ Dave.
MC Breed. TZ Dave, who's not with us today. Salute to my brother TZ Dave. But everybody in the D, what up though? Yo, this is y'all time to shine. And I'm not a hater at all. I'm loving it because some of my best friends is from Detroit. Shout out to my boy Trey Cooper up in the D as well. I know he's always watching, but I want to see y'all boys succeed. Now, the Pistons, you know what I'm saying? Y'all in the same conference as my Heat. So when we go up against each other, it ain't no love. But as far as just me being a sports fan, I think this is a good story. I'm feeling what I'm seeing from the D. Just don't drink none of that Flint water. And Clarissa Shields, too. She from Flint. So shout out to Clarissa Shields as well. From close enough to the D, not necessarily the D, but close enough.
I'll be out in next week. Martin Luther King Day. I'm going to Houston to watch the Pistons game.
Okay, okay. My boy Diesel will be in H-Town. Y'all boys, y'all get ready.
Repping.
Y'all get ready. I see you, Mo. Shout out to Mo in the comments too, shouting me out. But yeah, the D, H-Town. Here comes Diesel Greasel. He will be coming to support the Detroit Pistons. If y'all see the incomparable one out there, y'all make sure y'all try to get y'all a picture or something, because my man is about to blow up. And in a minute, y'all ain't going to be able to get no autographs and pictures from this man. So y'all better get it while you can, get it while it's hot. Man. Yeah. Moving right along, man. This has been a really, really good weekend of football, man. What do we have? The wild card weekend. We had a lot of different wild card games that happened. The Green Bay Packers? They went down to the Philadelphia Eagles. Even though I picked Green Bay to win that game, it was, watching Jordan Love, I could tell he wasn't right. Did y'all catch that game, Detroit versus Green Bay? Because
he was due for interceptions, bro. It was his turn. He went 7 games without interceptions, and then he threw a whole bunch. Same thing as like Herbert, bro. Like Herbert threw 3 interceptions all year. And then what happened? He threw 3 in the game. That's a lot of averages, bro. They don't catch up to you, man. Like I'm worried about Lamar throwing some interceptions. He only threw 4 all year.
Yeah.
It's due. Like you throw the ball 40 times a game, it happens, bro. It's
going to catch up to you at some point. And again, with Jordan Love, he already had this thing going on with his shoulder, and they said he couldn't feel his fingers. And then you
hurt all year.
And then Philadelphia, the brick is cold as hell up there. So if you can't feel your fingers regularly, you damn sure ain't gonna feel them. So I was like, yo, they might as well have just fired up Malik Willis. But they ain't gonna do that. They ain't gonna put in no backup in that kind of case. They're gonna go down with the ship. They gonna go down.
Honestly, bro, they probably would have won more games had they started Malik. Because remember, Malik was playing well. He wasn't turning the ball over. Then Jordan came back healthy through 11 picks in like 8 games. Yeah. You know, some of them they won, some of them they lost. But this is who he is, man. He throw picks.
Yeah, you did say that.
Fully healthy.
You did.
I say he probably was never fully healthy. I think they probably rushed him back.
Yeah.
Just to see him play. They should have let Malik play a few more games to let him kind of heal up. Probably would have been better off.
That's exactly what I said too. I was at least by halftime when I saw that Jordan Love wasn't really that effective, I was like, yo, and I sent this in a group text. I said, yo, they need to fire up Malik Willis, and then here come pressure hating ass. He like, well, he's not gonna do much better. I'm like, come on. Shout out to my boy Pressure, hating ass Cowboy fan, but he's still my brother anyway. But yeah, man. So the Eagles moved on in their game. The other game that I wanted to talk about though with you, Diesel, was that Washington Commanders and Bucks game. That was probably the best game of the wild card round in terms of output and production. It's you to beat just so graciously put the numbers up there. my man Diesel definitely he gonna rep his boys no matter what. I love it.
Buck Nation.
But as I was looking at that game, one of the things that I noticed in that game is that Jaden Daniels, he is extremely poised for a rookie. And I said this, even though I don't really pick rookies in the playoffs on the road, I still picked the Commanders to win that game. And there was something about Jaden Daniels. So, Diesel, again, this is your other squad, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. You said that you kind of felt like they wasn't going to win. Did you
we lost to the Falcons twice.
Yeah, what did you see in Tampa Bay that made you feel like they was going to have some problems with Washington?
Lost to the Falcons twice, lost to the Cowboys, bro. We lost to 3 games to trash-ass teams, bro. We was 10-7. There was 3 losses right there to trash-ass teams.
Yeah.
I like Baker, bro. You never win a Super Bowl with Baker as your quarterback, bro. I'm just, but I'll be honest, man. My biggest beef with Tampa Bay, I don't like Todd Bowles. I have never liked Todd Bowles as a coach.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think the nigga's a good coach. The nigga always look confused on the sideline. I pay attention. Like, every time they show this nigga out, he always squinting. He's always squinting. Like, nigga, if you can't see, how you gonna coach, bro? Every time he's squinting, nigga, what you looking at? He always like, he don't know what happened, bro. Like, I never liked Todd Bowles, man. And the reason I don't like Todd Bowles is because Todd Bowles is what? He's a defensive mastermind, right?
Yeah, he is.
Our defense ain't never been shit with him as our coach. So this is why I'm like, you're useless, bro. Like, what are you here for? Because our defense is always mediocre. Granted, we be having some injuries. We got star players, but our defense is never good. And he's a defensive head coach, bro.
Yeah.
We shouldn't have been in the playoffs. Like somebody had to win. Our division is trash. Panthers, the Saints, the Falcons, and the Bucks. It's a horrible fucking division. The only division worse than that is maybe AFC South. like AFC South, NFC South, trash.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so we are a playoff team. We've been in the playoffs 5 times in a row. Right now, Tampa Bay is turning into the Pittsburgh Steelers. Where where we just gonna be just good enough to get in the playoffs, but not trash enough to ever get any good picks. And we got this sorry ass black coach that people seem to think is a good coach because we were never really trash. But it's like, bruh, I was mad because we lost the game because of Baker. That damn fumble was the difference.
That did it. That fumble fucked y'all up real
damn
bad.
Fumble,
man.
bro. Like that. Like, and so I mean, it is what it is, man. We'll be back next year, but we didn't have Godwin. That hurt. We had a lot of injuries. Mike Evans needed to retire. That nigga needed 17 games and the last 5 seconds to get 1,000 yards. And that's with no Chris Godwin out there all year, pretty much. So you was our number 1 target as usual. Like, he old, bro. He's still big, but he old. Yeah. Our bright spot is Bucky Irvin. You know what I'm saying? Bucky is a good back. You know what I'm saying? So our offense is solid, man, but our defense is trash, man. And that's why we home, bro.
Well, I mean, as trash as y'all were, y'all still had an opportunity to win that game late. Jaden Daniels, just touching on him again, he played a great game, man. Like, I think we're actually watching the birth of a superstar in this league. I think Jaden
Lamar
Daniels,
Jackson Jr.
Yeah, and shout out to Q to B, because before the season even started, Q said that he went out on a limb and said Jaden Daniels will be the best rookie quarterback in the league. And he said that before the preseason, like after the draft, he said that. I don't know what kind of crystal ball you got over there, Q.
I tell you what it was. Cliff Kingsbury. Kingsbury, bro. Like, you have to think about it.
Patrick Mahomes, Jaden Daniels. You know what I mean?
Cliff Kingsbury. Cliff Kingsbury won with Kyler Murray little ass, bro. Like, if you could win with a 5'6" quarterback, my nigga, and now he got 6'6" Jaden Daniels, I mean, like, bro, like,
and he's gonna get bigger. I think this is the smallest Jaden Daniels will be in his career. And he's small, because I seen him take some hits, and they lifted his ass like 20 feet up in the air, and he spun around like a helicopter.
That boy is blessed.
They knocked the daylights out of him. And I didn't think he was going to make it and come back, but he did. And he's going to put on more weight. He's going to get bigger. He's going to get more durable. And that's a scary
sight. What I will say about him is Lamar Jackson just broke the record because he ran for 900 yards, right?
Yeah.
Jaden ran for 891. That's a rookie.
He was right there. Yeah.
As a fucking rookie. You know what I'm saying? This nigga damn near ran for 900 yards. Lamar just broke the record for most rushing yards for a QB in the season. This nigga right behind him, bro. I think he takes way too many hits, but he finished the season, and shit, hey, I can't criticize it if you finish in the season because he take a lot of hits.
Yeah, he did, man. He did. But salute. We're going to see what happens next week in that game against your Detroit Lions, and we'll talk about that later in the Who You Got segment. But real quick, the Minnesota Vikings and the Rams played a game last night. The Vikings are a fraudulent team. And I keep on saying it. I said it after I seen y'all lay the wood to them boys. Them boys is some frauds. Like, yo, I'm watching the Vikings, and they couldn't even Sam Darnold, I don't know. I was drinking a Kool-Aid earlier in the year when he was winning games and he was looking good. But when you start putting pressure on them boys, they fold. I don't know what it is, but the Vikings completely look like hot garbage in the last couple of weeks. They look like hot garbage against Detroit. Then they look like hot garbage against the Rams in the last game. What do y'all make of these Vikings? Like, what is going on with the Vikings?
People had way more footage on Sam, and they figured out how to stop him. Like, them first 15, 16 weeks, it was new to people. You know what I'm saying? But then people got that time to game plan. Man, the problem with the Vikings is it ain't even Sam, because they think that J.J. McCarthy about to save them. I'm a Michigan fan, bro. J.J. McCarthy can't fucking throw. Like, what makes you think J.J. McCarthy? Do y'all remember this nigga throwing for 180 yards a game? Like, what makes y'all think he about to come in the NFL slanging the rock, bro? Justin Jeffery's about to be pissed.
Can he be any worse than what we've seen from Sam Darnold in the last couple weeks, though?
I ain't never seen J.J. McCarthy sit in the pocket and throw for 300-400 yards. I ain't never seen him. That's not what JJ do. Yeah, Michigan ran the rock 70% of the damn time. You know, and he made timely throws out of play action when everyone's expecting you to run the ball. So I thought they made a bad decision when they picked JJ McCarthy as high as they did.
Yeah, they did.
You know, I don't think he gonna come in there. I mean, if I'm them, I probably run it back with Sam, because I don't think JJ is nothing special. Like, we ain't see nothing on film to make you think this dude's gonna be an elite quarterback. You know,
I think they was leaning on JJ playing when they just got cooked.
Yeah,
run a lot of play action pass, bootleg off that, but like that didn't happen because he got hurt. But Sam Darnold, they had to change the whole offense up to fit him because he can't really move like that. His biggest problem, he hold the ball way too long.
He look like Frankenstein.
He's just all over the place.
He looked like
got to get rid of the
Franklin,
ball, man. It was times where he could have threw it and he just let himself get sacked. I don't know.
Yeah. He started off hot, then he turned into a pumpkin before midnight even hit. Boy, he turned into a straight up pumpkin. Yeah. That whole team, they look like hot trash. Yeah, just Jefferson, he gonna be heated in the offseason. Did he just sign a contract or something?
Yeah.
So he ain't going nowhere. He gotta stay there and deal with the bullshit. Like I just feel bad for guys like that. That's really talented on teams that ain't giving him no help, a la Jimmy Butler. But that's a whole nother story. But yeah, so the LA Rams move on in out of the wild card round, and they move on and they play against Philly?
Yeah.
Yeah, they got Philly next week. So we're gonna talk about that in the Who You Got segment as well. Real quick, Baltimore Ravens took care of the Steelers. Russell Wilson, it looked like he's turned into a pumpkin. He's no longer Russell Wilson. He is now Mr. Sierra again. Like, one thing about Russell Wilson, I was giving him props for a minute. When he was playing good, he was Russell. But when he playing trash, you Mr. Sierra. And his time might be done because he just was that a 1-year deal he was on?
I don't think that's the problem, man. I think Tomlin gotta go. I think they fall into that trap, man, where, like, I think Colin Cowherd said it best. Like, the problem with the Steelers is they'll never be terrible. So they'll never get good draft picks. They'll never get those dynamic players that they need. Every year they either gonna win a division or be a wild card and go home in the first round because they got such a good coach, bro. But I think it's time for a new voice in there, man. Tomlin's been there like 17 years. Like, him and Mike McCarthy, the same person, bro. They got the one Super Bowl each, been getting by on that one Super Bowl, you know. So yeah, man.
And to your point, Diesel, I don't even think it's the fact that Tomlin is just not a good coach. I just think it's, like you said, they might have went tone deaf in that locker room. You hear the same voice over and over and over and over again, and after a while, I don't care how great of a coach you are, it starts wearing off, a la Bill Belichick. Bill Belichick is one of the greatest coaches in the history of football. But after a while, it's like, you know, that same voice, you're not relating to the young players the same way, and the new guys that's coming into the league, they ain't trying to hear that shit you kicking in his ear. Or it's like Nick Saban. You have all of this success at a place for so long, but then after a while, you just run into a brick wall. So
yeah, especially if you don't change to elevate the game to something different. I think what happened with him, they stay with the same basic offense.
Yeah.
Since Ben Roethlisberger.
Yeah.
I mean, it hasn't really changed, bro. They run the same Najee run with the I formation, bootleg, play action pass. We going straight to Pickens. If there's no Pickens, we good. We just shut Pickens down. They have nobody to throw to. So it became like a repetitive offensive thing. Like, we know exactly what the Steelers come to do.
And then to that point, also, Q, they have not had a Pro Bowl level quarterback since Ben Roethlisberger. So some of that is on the front office too for not bringing in. Because look what Tomlin has been working with is like Mason Rudolph,
Mason Rudolph, Kenny Pickett, Tommy DeVito. Like, what's these niggas, bro? What's these niggas, man?
And then in Kenny Pickett's offense, he came out and looked phenomenal playing with the back on the Eagles. Like, hold on. It may be something dealing with the coaches because Kenny Pickett came out like a starting quarterback.
But you know, that's true. Yeah. But I don't think no coach is gonna win with no Mitchell Trubisky, you know. So just the fact that Tomlin has been able to have winning records his entire career in Pittsburgh, that says a lot. I think he need to come on down to Miami and replace Coach Snort. Because, Coach Snort, boy out there snorting that powder. Mike McDaniels, man, I think it's time for you to go, man. South Beach ain't the place for you. He need to be as far away from coke as possible, as far away from liquor, or whatever it is he went to rehab for a few years ago. He need to stay away from that. But we ain't talking about the Dolphins. The Chargers and the Texans, that was a good game. And our boy, CJ Stroud, he showed up. He came through again. and did his thing. That's right, Mrs. Smith. I did call him Coach Snort because he be snorting that powder in Miami. But yeah, I'm in the chats too. I salute to the chats. Everybody in the chat, y'all keep dropping them comments. Stay active. That's what's up. But the Chargers and the Texans, CJ Stroud, people were starting to talk they was getting on him towards the end of the season. They was really starting to jump off his bandwagon a lot. They were saying like he has digressed and he's not the same guy. Maybe his rookie year was just an anomaly and he's not really that good. He's being exposed, but he came through and he did his thing and he slammed the door on the Chargers. So CJ Stroud, from what I see him also as an emerging quarterback. I see him as somebody who's starting to get his momentum. Maybe he's not necessarily a regular season stud like he was last year, but he showed up when he need to. He put up 32 points against the Rams, a well-coached Rams team, and advanced his boys to the next round. What are your thoughts, gentlemen, on CJ Stroud, and not just CJ, but the Texans in general? Do you see them moving to the next round as being a threat to I'm not sure who they got. Is it Buffalo?
Kansas City.
Kansas City.
They play Kansas City
next week. Okay.
Yeah, so their season comes to an end next week. So they first day, you mean great season, their season comes to an end next week. But I want to...
You ain't giving them no chance, Diesel?
No, but I will speak up for CJ Stroud, and just people are prisoners of the moment. Here's the thing. Last year, CJ Stroud overachieved as a rookie.
He did.
Overachieved, took him to a playoff game, won in the first round. Overachieved. This year as a sophomore, he did what he should do. He just did what he should do as a sophomore. Take his team to the playoffs and win a playoff game. So he did the exact same thing this year as last year. But niggas, he's in the exact same position he was a year ago, but people talk about he fell off. Nigga did the same thing. It's just last year he was a rookie and you had no expectations. And this year they had expectations. You know, they still got a second-year head coach who's still learning. You know, lost all his injuries on offense. There's still a defensive team. Last year, there was a defensive first team. This year, they won yesterday. I mean, they won against the Chargers because of defense. It's not because of CJ. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, his job is to not lose you the fucking game. Like, that's his job. You know, run the ball, play good defense, score a couple of touchdowns, man. I think they got their work cut out for them though next week. They got to go to Arrowhead. Ain't this blizzard coming this fucking weekend? Like this cold. It's not, bruh.
It's gonna be cold.
Congratulations. Congratulations.
Ain't too many
Chiefs by 3.
Ain't too many brothers that go up in there and black quarterbacks that go in there in a cold weather environment and show out. Also, salute to my brother Beware, Carib Life Media in the comments as well. Also, my cameraman, salute to you, man. Shout out. But CJ got his work cut out for him going into Arrowhead against Kansas City. I mean, I would love to see him play well and do his thing, but see, Patrick Mahomes plays well in cold weather because he ain't 100% black. He got, that's that, he 50-50. He got that white gene kicking in when he be playing in Arrowhead. But shoot, us brothers get up there. I don't even think Patrick Mahomes do wear the long sleeve. The Q, does he wear the long sleeves or does he
wear the white sleeves?
Okay, so that's his black side. That's his black side then. Okay.
It's cold out there.
His black side. But
it's bad. It's bad for the Texans. You can't give Andy Reid this much time to prepare. Them boys is gonna be healthy. The thing about the Chiefs is that we've seen it all year. They can win any way you want to play.
But they might be rusty though, Diesel. You don't think they might be rusty? They've been sitting for a minute.
We never rusty when we come back.
Their defense is still good. Like their defense still can shut down anybody, man. Like the defense is still the focal point of the team.
Yeah.
And didn't the Texans play them close earlier in the year?
They did. And
false confidence. False confidence.
Y'all still got a good O-line. The refs do let y'all get away with a lot of holding, Q. And they let y'all line up offsides. They let y'all do a lot of shit there. I ain't gonna piss on y'all parade a little bit. But so you don't see your Q to beat as a Kansas City Chiefs fan, as the resident fan, and my man TZ Dave, who's not here, but you can speak for him too. Do you see the Houston Texans at all as giving y'all? I mean, do you I ain't gonna say fear them, but do you at least respect them coming into y'all building next year after putting up 32 points? 32 points against a well-coached Chargers team.
I mean, we respect everybody, but we ain't worried about the Texans. It's CJ. I mean, if they would have Diggs and Adele, I mean, it would be a closer matchup, I would think. But I think we should win by 7 to 10.
Okay, because y'all know all year long y'all ain't been winning by large margins, so I don't expect that to start now. I think they're gonna play y'all a little better than y'all think, because Houston has a good defense.
So we gonna pretend like
we have
playoff Pat ain't a real thing. Like it ain't such thing as playoff Pat. Like come on now, like we can't buy into what they did in the regular season, because them niggas ain't gonna make no mistakes on Sunday or Saturday, whenever they play. They not gonna make no mistakes. Like that's the thing, bro.
We get all our players back for the first time since game 1. We're gonna have Brown back. Brown's already back. Pacheco's back ready, 100%. We get Jalen Watson back, our starting cornerback number 2 spot. He ain't played all year but 1 game. So and he last year he was second team Pro Bowler almost last year. He's a great cornerback that they pulled up out of Wendy's, which is a crazy story. But he coming back, man, we finna turn up.
I would say out of the 4 teams left in the AFC, or the 3 that the Chiefs could go against, the Ravens, the Bills, or the Texans. Come on, the Texans is barbecue chicken. They don't want to play the Bills or the Ravens, bro. They don't want to play. They don't want to play either one of them, bro.
I agree. I think the Texans are the weakest link out of those group of teams, but I mean, hey, you still got to line up. You still got to play the game. So we'll be interested to see. Y'all drop in the comments who y'all got in some of these games that we going over for next week. Y'all make sure y'all put it in the comments. But yeah, good stuff. The NFL playoffs are heating up right now. Really, really heating up. I think that was everybody. We cover everybody that played last week. Yeah, I think we touched on everybody. So now, as I mentioned to y'all boys earlier in the show, yours truly, Brother Numsi, and also my man Q the Beat, and my brother, the incomparable Diesel Greasel, we have now coined ourselves as the official voice for HBCU sports. That's right. Nobody's really giving HBCU sports a look. There's some great athletes out there. There's some great teams, and there's some really, really good games that's been going on at HBCU sports. Yours truly, Brother Numsi, I've had the esteemed pleasure of attending a HBCU game this last weekend. I was able to go and check out Norfolk State versus Coppin State basketball. It was great. I went live. Salute to everybody who showed love on my live and who was on there as I was out there watching the game. But this was a really good game for Norfolk State. Norfolk State ended up taking the game. They blew the doors off of Coppin State, by the way, 92-69. And that, I mean, the game was a lot better than what the score indicated. But being that I'm getting into HBCU sports, you get a chance to see a lot of athletes and great players that you otherwise would not even see. For example, the leading scorer for Norfolk State was their point guard, Chris Ings, number 0. He gave him 30 minutes and he dropped 21 points with 5 assists. And he's actually their leading rebounder. I'm sorry, he's their leading assist guy because he's their point guard. So he's not even the leading scorer on the team. He led the game with 21 points in that game. But just watching him play, his ball handling, his distribution of the ball, and the way he gets his team involved is second to none. The guy is shooting almost 90% from the free throw line, and he's shooting his threes at like a 50% clip. He's shooting like 50% from downtown. That's almost Steph Curry numbers. He doesn't jack up a lot of ill-advised shots, but he does his thing, and he makes the shots when they count, and he gets his team involved. The leading scorer for the team, not this game, is Mr. Brandon Moore Jr. Now, this brother's from Harlem, New York, And if you ever seen a guard from New York City handle the ball and score from anywhere on the court, this is the guy. He is big time. He gave them boys 34 minutes. He only dropped 19, but he did come through with 4 rebounds and 5 assists. He's big time. There was a game this season where he dropped like 40. This guy, if y'all ever get a chance, take a look at his clips and his highlights, because this kid, he is box office. He put up big numbers and he did his thing in that game as well. Just overall, the team overall looked good. They looked sharp, and they were getting in and out of their transitions well. They were getting up and down the court in fast breaks. It was just excellent and a beautiful thing to watch. This is also the same school that Michael Vick will be coaching football for in this coming football season. So salute to Norfolk State University. I got some clips that I'm going to throw later on YouTube. I didn't get a chance to get them all edited yet, but y'all check out YouTube. Just keep monitoring the page, and I'm going to put up some clips and some highlights from that game that I had a chance to attend. But I wanted to make sure that I shouted out my man Ings and also my man Moore Jr. Those two guys are big time. They're probably the best backcourt in the MEAC. And the MEAC, of course, is the conference that these boys play in. But yeah, I love it. I'm loving it. Has either of you guys got a chance to watch any HBCU games or HBCU sports? Maybe not this year, but as of, in recent days and times, what's your opinion and your thought process or thoughts on HBCU athletics as it's starting to grow now?
Man, I got to see Jackson State play. The year after Coach Prime left, I went to a Jackson State game here.
Okay.
Man, I think it's a vibe, man. I mean, I go to the Cotton Bowl, Grambling and Prairie View.
That's right.
As often as I can down here. You know what I'm saying? And so, I mean, it's a vibe, bro. It's a vibe, man. It's some talent. It's some talent, man. Like Ben Wallace.
Ben Wallace.
People forget. Ben Wallace came from an HBCU, undrafted, to become arguably one of the best defensive players in NBA history, bro.
Rest in peace to Steve McNair. Rest in peace to Steve. Alcorn State University. He's
Shannon Sharp.
State.
There was a time, bro, where the best players came from HBCUs. There was a time, bro, that because they couldn't go nowhere else, and they would go to them HBCUs and they go to the league and be who they supposed to be, man. So it's dope, man. I'm glad you're getting that experience, man. All exposure is good exposure for them. The biggest thing is people don't know about it, man.
That's exactly why we're doing it. That's why I'm bringing the exposure here, because a lot of people don't know about
Jerry Rice.
Mississippi Valley.
Yeah, that's right. Jerry Rice also. And yours truly, Brother Noomsi. I went to Texas Southern University. My man Q to the B, he went to Prairie View University. PVU. My man TZ Dave, who's not here right now. Tennessee State University. So we all have
my ex is a Tennessee State Hall of Famer. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Softball chick, bitch, got inducted to the Hall of Fame last year at Tennessee State. That's what put me on the HBCUs, bro.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying?
Diesel, you probably jumped off her wagon a little too soon, man. You probably should have stayed on there and seen you get that.
Man, I rode that thing like a Dolphin rental. Was on to the next, bro. You remember Dolphin rental back in the day. Have a good time. Just leave it wherever it is, man, and go on about your day, man. That's all you do.
Left it on the side of the road.
Hey, man.
Hey, Diesel, man, that's my boy. But yeah, if any of y'all have an opportunity to check out any HBCU games, make sure y'all do it. It's a vibe. It's an experience like no other. I will be at the very next Norfolk State game, and they're playing against Howard University. Now, that's going to be a game, because Howard, everybody know about Howard. And Norfolk State, it's going to be in their building again, at home. And I understand from getting words that Coach Vic might be in the building. And if Coach Vic is in the building, I'll watch for your boy, Brother Noomsi, to go up there and see if I can get a couple of words with Coach Vic. But the HBCU sports experience is an experience, and I recommend for anyone who hasn't done it, make sure y'all do it. It's a beautiful thing, and we need that exposure. So we're going to keep doing it here at the Sports Time Zone. So with that being said, I got my man Diesel Greasel coming at us right about now with his segment, as we love to call the Diesel Dozens. And my man Diesel Greasel, he got 5 uninterrupted minutes to just shoot and go on whatever it is he want to talk about. So Diesel, without further ado, run the blood clot list.
Man, I'm gonna keep it real brief, bro. We gonna talk about the Miami Heat and Jimmy Butler, man. And we're gonna give a shout out to Jimmy Butler. New nickname is Django. You know, niggas Django because he's standing up to these white folks like no nigga ever has done. This is a beautiful thing to watch the media saying, oh, they don't know Rouse, he's gonna learn. And it's like, these crackers have forgot, bro. You can't give a nigga millions and millions of dollars, more money than they ever thought they was ever gonna make in their life, and think you have any leverage over them. Like, these niggas have already made it. And so now at the end of the day, man, niggas want to enjoy coming to work. No matter what you do, you want to enjoy coming to work, bro. And it's an old saying, like, people don't quit jobs, they quit bosses. They quit managers. You know what I'm saying? Like, any job that you hated, it's because of a motherfucking air that got on your goddamn nerves. Not because of the job. You know what I'm saying? Because every job is bullshit. That's why they pay you to do it, because it's a job. But if your manager is cool, you'll put up with that shit for a long, long time.
That is true.
The other thing that I think Pat Riley don't understand is see, ever since slavery, black people made their mind up that we will never give a cracker our all ever again. No matter how much you think a nigga give you, you take LeBron James, Kobe, any of the greats, they wasn't giving everything they had because we refused to give a cracker everything, man. Every now and then, man, you got to show a motherfucker that you're a motherfucker too. Jimmy about to force his hand and get traded to like the Suns or some shit. You know what I'm saying? So like, stay tuned. It's going to be a big trade. But the moral to the story is, man, like the fucking inmates run the asylum. The prisoners run the fucking prison. Like, stop letting people in a position of authority think that they can dictate your fucking happiness. All you got to do is say motherfucking no and be willing to accept the consequences that come with it. And eventually you'll get what you want. So shouts out to Jimmy Butler. You know, fuck Pat Riley. And Detroit basketball.
Detroit, yes, sir. That's the Diesel Dozens, ladies and gentlemen. I appreciate my man Diesel. He always got the good. And I'm with you. I'm a die-hard Heat fan. I know y'all see it back here. I love my Heat. But right is right and wrong is wrong. And I stand with Jimmy Butler on this. But this whole situation has been handled poorly by the front office. Pat Riley trying to crack that whip. And the whole, when you're under contract, you need to go and serve your This is not the 80s. This is not the 90s. And the players have more power now than they've ever had. And Pat Riley is one of those guys that he don't want to relinquish that power. All of these old school, 80s and 90s and 70s managers and coaches and presidents, they don't want to conform to the new way. They're going to start getting phased out. And you're starting to see that right now by the way this is being handled. Jimmy Butler went in Pat Riley's office to his face when everybody said, wait till Jimmy get in Pat Riley's face. And they had that face-to-face talk. I bet you Jimmy don't be talking to Seth. Jimmy went in there and told him straight to his face, I don't want to be here no more. Trade me now. I'm not signing back with you. And it's done. You know what I'm saying? How you going to suspend me and then think I'm going to come in here and kiss your ass to try to keep my job? Yeah, $52 million is on the table, but you know what? I'm Jimmy Buckets. I'm Jimmy Butler. I don't got to take your $52 million. I can go somewhere. Trade me. You can trade me to Washington for all I care. My contract is about to expire. So at the end of this year, I could just go and walk and sign with whoever I want. So I think Jimmy is playing this exactly the way he should play it. You ain't got to kiss no ass. I love my Heat, but I love what's right. And, it's time for the slaves to take over the plantation, in the words of what my man Diesel was just saying. So let's do it. That's what we on right now. That's what we on. Real quick, I know we're coming towards the segment, the segment that we do our picks in the Who You Got segment right now. But I wanted to touch on this really quickly, real quick. Man, I've just been noticing that a lot of our greats from my generation in the world of hip hop, there's been just, I don't know what's going on, all of these falling outs. Cameron and Jim Jones lately, they ain't vibing no more. You got Cameron airing out Jim Jones. You got Jim Jones coming on trying to air out Cam and Mace. And then you got Pete Rock and CL Smooth. They not talking to each other. They ain't vibing. They don't get along. Capone and Noriega, they don't even talk. They not vibing no more. Ice Cube and Mac 10, they not talking. They ain't vibing no more. 50 Cent and Lloyd Banks. 50 is clowning Lloyd Banks online. They ain't talking. They ain't vibing. I don't know what it is with the artists from our era and some of these historically great duos, but it seemed like one gets more successful and then the other one just gets completely shitted on. And I don't know if it's just, I get it. It's just business. Business is business. You know what I'm saying? But friendship got to stand for something. And if you getting all this money with this person at one point and then you take off and go in your own lane, I can understand you ain't got to take that person with you, but the whole shitting on each other, like, and it's looking bad because it's from our generation and our era. So I would like to see a little bit more cohesiveness from some of our greats and our legends from our generation and our era. But real quick, Diesel, before we go into our picks, what are your thoughts about the whole Jim Jones and Cameron situation?
I think it's niggas, sometimes you grow older and sometimes you just get old, you know, and I think it's the case that Cam has grown older. Like Cameron has evolved, found a new hustle, found a new bag, and it took Cam getting back with his day one Mace, you know, to find a new way. Jim Jones is still stuck trying to be a nigga. And I think that's what happens, man. Like when you evolve and you don't want to be a nigga no more, the niggas you used to run with be the first ones that come for you. And it's one of those things. It's like, you know, and like Jim is acting like a bitch, meaning that a bitch would rather have negative attention than none at all. And right now, Jim got no motion. Cam ain't thinking about him. The only reason Cam even said something about it was because 50 trolling ass, and you know 50 know what he was doing. 50 asked him a question. Cam answered the question and just kept it moving, man. But Cam's response is fucking hilarious. Cam just laid out a bunch of facts. And essentially he said, nigga, we was never friends. He was a nigga who had a free crib, bro. He was a free crib, nigga. And that's why, and it took me back because we all know them niggas that used to want to be down. And at our younger age, we only hung out with a nigga because a nigga had a car or a nigga had a crib, his parents wasn't never home, or we could stay night over to this nigga house and do what the fuck we want. Like, there's always that type of nigga. And it turns out Jim Jones was that nigga. You know what I'm saying? And he thought they was homies, and Cam set him straight. It was like, nigga, you not from Harlem, nigga. We didn't grow up together, nigga. Like, you was just a nigga who was around, my nigga. And it worked out well for you as a nigga who was around until you ran your mouth, and now you asked out. That's just like me blowing up. You know, when let's say the podcast take off and Brother Noopsy blow up and I sign a big major deal with sponsors, some nigga who click like one time on one of my videos just come out of nowhere and be like, nigga, I was there from day one, nigga. I was the one who I held you down, and your son and Noopsy he's like, come on, son. You gave me one like. You ain't never shared my videos. You ain't never come on my show and help me boost nothing. You gave me one like, and now all of a sudden I'm supposed to take you with me. That nah, go make it. So no.
We got some comments say Cam started it this time.
Okay, so Kiana said Cam started this, and she said she totally disagree. Well, hey. You know, if you disagree, explain your position in the comments. We're going to keep the show moving and we'll circle back to that. But you go ahead and put in the comments what you disagree with and why you think we're off base with what we saying here. But in the meantime, in between time, it's that time, Q to beat. It's that time for us to look at these games we got coming up this week. These playoff games is going to be hot. I think it's going to be hot. think we're gonna have a really, really, really good weekend of playoff action. So, without further ado, Mr. Q to beat, run the blood clot list. Who you got?
Let's get it. And who y'all got today? Got the divisional round going down. So let's get it, man. All right, we got first game. Well, second game. They started like one behind each other. Well, now this Saturday game, we got two slots. 3:30 and the 7 p.m. Texas Chiefs. 3:30. I think we are picking the Chiefs. So
can we get the graphic up there, Q?
Oh, it didn't show. Oh, it's not even showing. My bad. Let me pull this.
Yeah, that's all right. Because the people at home sometimes they need to see them graphics. So, all right, there we go. Ooh, that look good too. We got some good matchups out here next week.
Sir, Texas and the Chiefs. Who y'all got?
Man, I'm going Chiefs all day, bro.
Let's go.
I already know who you going with, Q.
Let's get it.
But guess what?
Don't be the Lone Ranger today.
I'm gonna be the Lone Ranger because I think CJ Stroud finna go in there and shock the world. Now, I know y'all think I'm crazy. I know everybody, all the viewers who's watching now, I know everybody think I am completely batshit crazy for picking against the Chiefs. But like I said, I think they rusty. They've been sitting for a minute. They got a lot of players coming back, but these players coming back ain't played in a minute. It's going to be cold. I don't know. I think the Houston Texans is going to shock the world. So I'm going on my Lone Ranger-ish, and I'm picking the Houston Texans to upset the world champion Kansas City Chiefs. Yes.
All right. You are the Lone Ranger.
I might have to hold this giant L, but that's all right. This is what we do. Go for it.
All right. Game
Kiana
of the
got
night.
The Chiefs also, by the way. Okay. Oh, Commanders and
Game of the night. We just talked about this earlier. Commanders and the Lions. Who y'all got?
I'm going with the Lions. Diesel, I already know what you doing. I got the Lions.
David Montgomery coming back, by the way. David Montgomery is coming back. So, these niggas give up 130 yards a game rushing. 4th worst in the league. I think it's gonna get ugly quick. Lions by 10.
Ooh, by 10.
That's by 10. All right, clean sweep for the Lions. I think the Lions.
Okay,
I think
Lions.
my boy JD. Yeah, he good, but I think the Lions gonna be too much for him. All right, Rams, Eagles, Sunday. Remember Sunday, y'all. And 2 games on Saturday, 2 games on Sunday. Who y'all got?
Okay,
it's gonna be a blizzard.
Man.
It's gonna be cold as fuck in Philly. The boys coming from LA. I don't even know. Are they even in LA with the fires? Are they even back at the crib right now?
Arizona.
Are they even?
I
think they got a lot going
Arizona.
on. And so it's one of those things, bro. The fires could be enough to galvanize them. It's money in it, so it could be enough, bro. But I'm gonna go Rams just because I don't like the Eagles. You know what I'm saying? But Stafford is a dog. I don't think the cold is going to affect Stafford. Since Stafford's a dog, Rams are tough, man.
So who you going with, Diesel? You picking the Rams? Oh, you going Rams? Okay. Oh, okay. And by the way, in that chat, we got one of the people in the chat, Kiana. She says she is going with Detroit in that last game. Also, I don't think you're alone. I think Detroit is definitely a favorite. But back to this game, this is gonna be a good one, man. The Rams and the Eagles. This is a tough one. Sheesh. As much as as hard as it is, dang, man. Don't be mad at me, Eagle fans, in the comments. You Eagle fans in the comments, do not be mad at me. But after what I saw, the Rams look way more impressive than the Eagles looked in Wild Card Weekend. Yes, they both won, but as far as who looked better, to me, the Rams just look like they are. That fire, to Diesel's point, may have galvanized them. Puka Nacua is balling. Cooper Kupp was balling. Stafford was balling out of his mind. The defense was on. Man, I'm going with the Rams. I got the Rams, man. Q to beat. Who you got?
I've been riding with Stafford. I'm gonna stay with Stafford.
Is that a clean sweep?
Stafford is clean sweep for the Rams. I told y'all about Stafford, man. He's still top dog, bro. He's still good.
Ooh, Rams.
All right, we got Ravens and the Bills.
Ooh.
Who y'all got? This
Honestly,
for all the marbles.
I think this is a hell of a matchup. This gonna be a great game. I think the Ravens is gonna be too much for them, bro. I don't think the Bills got no answers for Derrick Henry. I don't think no one got no answers for Derrick. Who, like, quiet as it's kept, the nigga ran for 1,900, almost ran for 2,000. Like, you know. So I mean, right behind Saquon, you know.
Yeah.
And then they got, you know, the nigga throwing Jackson 5s. That's what they call it when he throw the 5 touchdowns, nigga. He might go for a Jackson 5, bro. I think the Bills, man, honestly, I think the Bills are a good team. I don't think they're a great team. I think they took advantage of the schedule. You know, I don't think they really played nobody. Granted, they did beat the Chiefs and they did beat the Lions, but they scored 46 points on us, gave up 42. You know, so like, and our defense was ass, man. So I think the Ravens got that one, man.
And you know what? To your point, Diesel, Buffalo plays in my team's division, and this year the AFC East was not that good. The AFC East was not that great at all. I mean, the Patriots are trash. Tua was in and out the lineup for us. The Jets were trash, and Buffalo pretty much had a cakewalk in that AFC East. And they didn't look that great against a rookie quarterback either. Bo Nix, early, Bo gave them boys a scare. And they're going up against Lamar Jackson this time. Lamar and Henry, to your point. So I think this is where the buck stops for the Bills. I think the Bills' luck has ran out. I think they're running into a team that's destined. The Ravens are on a mission. It's win Super Bowl. It's get to the Super Bowl or bust for the Ravens. And you don't want to face a team like that. I like the Ravens. Also, Kiana has picked the Ravens as well in the chats. Salute to you, Kiana, staying active in the chats. We appreciate that support. Q to beat, who you got? Ravens as well. Okay. Shout out Shatavia also in the chats. I see you. Baltimore Ravens clean sweep.
Clean sweep for the Ravens. That's it for who y'all got.
There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Those are our picks of who you got. So y'all take this to the bank because we got a lot of clean sweeps in here. And if we clean sweep, that means if we all pick the same team to win, we have a 90% success rate. Shout out to Kelvo. Kelvo is in here. He also picks the Ravens. So that's a bigger sweep. Everybody in the chats and on the panel picked the Ravens. So that means the Ravens are locked to win this game, ladies and gentlemen. So y'all make sure if y'all are betting, put your money on the Ravens because it looks like they might be the ones to do it. Now, that's who you got. Now we're coming towards the end of the show. And as we always do on this show on Sports Time Zone, we are a show about entertainment. We are a show about conversation. We want to enlighten. We about HBCUs, but we are also about education. We want to educate y'all because we have a lot of young viewers who didn't get a chance to see some of these greats that we all got a chance to see coming up. And we might have forgot some of the greatness that we experienced watching some of these great players. So we do this segment every week that we call the History Player of the Week. And this week's History Player of the Week is brought to you by yours truly, brother Noomsi, the incomparable one, Diesel Greasel, and DJ Q to beat, and my man TZD, who is not here. Also, Kelvo 512 in the chat. Salute. And this week's History Player is none other than Le'Veon Bell. Take it away, Q to beat. What you got for Le'Veon Bell? Let's see what we got from Le'Veon Bell, ladies and gentlemen. One of the greatest running backs I've ever seen.
Yes, sir.
Now, Le'Veon
Bell was phenomenal.
Go for it, Q.
Le'Veon was a big boy too, man.
Oh yeah, look at that stutter step move. Like he had that down to a pat. Like stop and go, boom, boom, boom.
Patient runner.
Yeah.
Very patient, Diesel. Very patient. Like he would wait. Like he would almost stand there. Like he would get the ball and stop. And then do a juke cut. Oh my goodness, this is ridiculous. He would wait for his holes to open up. And he could catch out of the backfield.
His feet was so quick, man. He had quickness, man. He was just great, man. He was a great player, bro.
Yeah, he was great, man. He
was a double threat. He could catch. You know, he was good for 30, 40 catches a year, maybe 500 yards receiving. He'd get you 1,500 yards rushing. He was a total package, man. He reminded me of LT.
That's filthy, Q. That was filthy what he just did. That was kind of ridiculous. That was crazy. But yeah, Diesel, like he was an all-around back. Like he could get you, he could catch it out the flat, take it. Oh my goodness! Like these jump cuts were just filthy. Look at the sideline; they was over there. It was crazy. Look at that, man!
Oh, that's DJ,
almost stops on a dime. Almost stops on a dime. Like I've seen him. Look. This is prime example. This is prime. Vintage Le'Veon. That's vintage Le'Veon right there. Look at that. And then his acceleration, once he got to the sideline, like he could do it all. Up the middle, hit the side, the patience. Look at him, look at that. Cutting back, all the way back. Making something out of nothing and still gets the touchdown. Le'Veon Bell, y'all. Le'Veon Bell, ladies and gentlemen. If y'all never had a chance.
Le'Veon Bell was one of those ones who stood on business because they didn't want to pay running backs, man. He was one of the ones they tried to hose, and he stood on business, man. He did what he had to do, bro. Like, y'all because if I'm not mistaken, he used to lead the league in touches. Like, he touched the ball like 400 times a season, bro. They didn't want to pay the dude. Like,
Yeah, he did, man. So Le'Veon opened up the door for a lot of these running backs to get paid. So shout out to Le'Veon. If y'all haven't had a chance to check him out, go online, Google some of his highlights. Le'Veon Bell was one of the greatest running backs that I've ever seen play the game. So shout out to Le'Veon and our history player of the week. Now, we've come to the very, 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 very end of our show. And as we always do, we come to the last little 2-minute drill the 2-minute turn up, where we go around and we give our last little 2-minute 2 cents on what's going on around the world, what's going on in the sports world, and just so on and so forth. So I'll start this thing off with my little 2 minutes, 2 cents. I'm going to keep it real short and sweet just to expand a little bit on what we was talking about earlier with Jimmy Butler. You know, I really would like to see Jimmy go to a team where he can help them win, a team that, you know, he can get his bag, and also he can point the finger at Pat Riley and say, shame on you for trying to do me like that. So salute to him. Also, my Miami Dolphins. I think the Dolphins I think y'all messed up. We made a bad decision by firing our receivers coach. I think we fired the wrong coach. I think we should have fired the head coach and replaced him, but it's probably not going to happen because our owner, Greer, he's a jerk and he don't know what he's doing, and he's just going to tear the team apart. Tyreek Hill says that he wants out of the team. Tua, he can't make it through 3 games without hurting himself, getting a concussion. His head is made out of jelly or something. I don't know what's going on. I mean, my man wakes up in the morning and rolls out of the bed with a concussion. So the team is just in shambles right now in Miami. I would like to see a lot of moves being made, so hopefully they do make some moves. In a couple of weeks, Clarissa Shields, she has a fight coming up. It's her first fight since the whole Remy and Papoose whole debacle and all that. I feel sorry for that. I don't want to call her what she is, but if y'all seen who Clarissa Shields is about to fight, y'all know what I was about to say. But I think she's gonna greatly pay for a lot of what Clarissa has been going through lately. I think she's going to take it out on this young lady. February 2nd, Clarissa Shields does have a fight. So make sure y'all tune in and y'all watch that fight. That's really all I got for my 2-minute turn up. Diesel, I don't know if you got anything for your 2 minutes that you want to lead the people with today.
Yeah, man. I want to send a shout out to Marcus Freeman, Notre Dame. He's trying to be the first black head coach to win a national championship. They ain't talking about this enough. Man. Like, granted, and you know what? I think they can beat Ohio State. I think like Ohio State is beatable. But this is history in the making, bro. Like if he do it, it's a strong chance he's gone. He's going to the NFL. They're already trying to lure him. But hopefully the brother can pull it off and go ahead and stay, man. Go ahead and build a dynasty. And this is what we talk about coaching, man, because Brian Kelly left Notre Dame, went to LSU because he was like, I can't get into the college football playoffs at Notre Dame. We're not in a position to win a championship. Hey, the brother took over the job 3 years in. He got him in a national championship game, man. He only 39. So you know what I'm saying? I'm not a Notre Dame fan, but shouts out to Marcus Freeman, man.
Shout out to Marcus Freeman, first black coach in a national championship game, and he could pull it off. So I'm pulling for him too here at the Sports Time Zone. Cue the beat, take us home. I think you on mute, brother.
Yeah, so what I want to say is I'm very disappointed in my Longhorns. The coaching at the end of the game, I think we talked about this. Why do you call a toss play on the 2-yard line on second down and goal? I don't know, man. But I think that messed us over with that game, man. So, guess we're looking forward to next year. And I think there needs to be some changes in Texas made ASAP. Starting with the defensive coordinator, play calling, and our coach, our head coach play calling, man. Office coordinator, we got to do something about these play calling, man. It's just ridiculous. And that pretty much messed us out the game, man. We had a chance to come back and tie the game, and we blew it. So I want to say congratulations, though, to the Longhorns, first year in the SEC. We did, show out. We did as much as we could. I did say that.
Yeah, y'all did y'all thing, man. Shout out to the Longhorns. There's a lot of Texas Longhorn fans that watch the show. You guys showed up in the SEC. So that's just a sign of good things to come for the Longhorns. You guys are in a major conference right now, so we'll see what happens with that going forward. Real quick, I got Notre Dame over Ohio State. Diesel.
Going Notre Dame?
Q.
Notre Dame. Clean sweep Notre Dame.
Clean sweep Notre Dame. Sorry, TZ. Sorry, TZ Dave. We going against your squad, so maybe next show, when you come back, you'll have something to talk about.
This nigga Dave, Ohio State fan, bro.
Yeah,
man. This nigga, bro.
I know. Like, how is it possible? He's from Detroit, and he's an Ohio State fan.
He said he hate Michigan and Wolverines, bro.
Yeah, like, that's crazy. That's like somebody from Miami being a fan of freaking
Florida State, Florida, bro. Like, this is nuts, bro.
That's wild. But anyhow, man, that's our show, ladies and gentlemen. We appreciate y'all. Everybody who was in the comments commenting. Shout out to Shatavia. Shout out to Kiana, my man Kelvo. Shout out to my boy Beware. Just scrolling up. Shout out to Mrs. Smith. Shout out to Miami Heat Zone. Shout out to my man Mr. Pops. Everybody who is in the comments commented. We appreciate that. Y'all make sure y'all continue to like, share, and subscribe. We will be back at y'all next week. And don't forget, on the 28th, we have our Super Bowl special show coming up real soon. And we're going to have a full panel. My man Diesel going to be here. We're going to have Pressure. We're going to have Kelvo. We're going to have Kev. We're gonna have my girl Fat. We're gonna have a whole panel for the Super Bowl special, and we're gonna see if Pressure can defend his Super Bowl trivia championship that he won last year. I think Diesel came in second, but we're gonna see who gonna win that thing.
I won last year. Pressure won the year before. I won last year, bro. That's what it is.
Okay, my bad. Okay, so Diesel is our champion
give me mine.
in the year before Pressure. Okay, we gotta give props where it's due. But we're gonna be right back here for the show, the Super Bowl special, and that's gonna be on the 28th, January 28th. Make sure y'all lock in and y'all be on this, tune in, because it's gonna be a fun show. It's also gonna be our reunion. So salute, man. Appreciate that. For my man, my producer Q to B, for the incomparable one, Diesel Greasel, for my man TZ Dave, who ain't with us. What up, though, to everybody in the 313. I'm yours truly, Brother Anumsi, and this is the Sports Time Zone. Make sure y'all keep supporting, and we are out. Peace.
Peace.